गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य त्वन्मयादितरतश्चार्थेषु तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, chapter number 26, beginning from verse number 17. Lord Kapila is explaining the philosophy of Sankhya to his mother Devhuti, and he explained that there are two principles of Prakriti and Purusha.
मेडिसिन के पर्पज से आया था
अभी क्लास चल रही है
तो मैं जा सकता हूँ
तो so he explained that how Prakriti manifests in 24 forms, and he gave the names of all these 24 forms, and then he explained that the 25th element is called time, and there are two opinions about time. One is that time is part of Prakriti, and therefore he counted this as 25th, and the second opinion he explains here that it is the prabhav or energy of the Lord, and it is from time that comes fear because we identify with the matter. So he is continuing to explain this time and its function in this verse. He says that प्रकृतेर्गुण साम्यस्य निर्विशेषस्य मानवी चेष्टायतः स भगवान कालः इति उपलक्षितः. He said that, O daughter of Manu, this action which happens on Prakriti in its balanced state, which is nirvishesha, without any variety, that cause of that activity is called time. So basically he is explaining that it is the time which creates action in Prakriti. Prakriti, to begin with, is in its balanced state, and the three gunas are not acting or producing anything. and then time factor comes, and this is creating a disturbance in Prakriti. So that chesta ayatah sa Bhagavan kala iti uplakshita, that is called the Supreme Lord, the time itself. So time is that which begins the change in Prakriti. And the commentary on this by Vishnu Chakravarti is that Prakriti kshobhakatvena api tam lakshyati prakriti. So time earlier was defined as the energy of Purusha, and now here it is defined as that which creates disturbance in Prakriti. Because basically he is trying to give definitions of these elements, how to understand. So change in Prakriti is caused by time. And now he explains that how Lord he exists inside and outside both. He says Antaha Purush Rupena Kala Rupena Yo Bahihi Samanveti Esa Sattvanam Bhagavanatmaya. So Lord he is existing both inside and outside. Inside he is existing as Purusha, and outside as time. Antaha Purush Rupena Kala Rupena Chabahi. And in this way he pervades everything, inside and outside. Samanveti is a Sattvanam. All objects, they are pervaded by him. He is existing in everything, and nothing can exist without him. And this is by his own Maya or potency, Bhagavan Atmaya. So everybody is under the influence of time. And inside also he exists as the super soul, and with these two features no one is independent. So he says Atayeva Antaha Purush Rupena Antaryami Rupena Niyanta. So inside he is the controller as Purusha, and outside he is the controller as time. Samanveti Samyak Tad Vikar Rahita Eva Anushuta Vartate. So Samanveti means that he is going into everything without undergoing any change himself. Bahischa Kalarupena Niyanta, and externally he is the controller in the form of time. Sattvanam Sarva Praninam, and this is applicable to all living beings. Nobody is spared from this. तदेवं प्राधानिको गणश चतुर्विंशति संख्या कालो जीवश्चेति द्वौ प्रकृति पुरुषौ च द्वौ मिलित्वा अष्टाविंशति तत्वानि भवन्ति. So now it says that there are 28 elements. So if you count, then you had 24, right? 5, 5, 10 and 4. And then there is Prakriti, 25th. 26th is Purusha. 27th is time. And 28th is Jiva. So these are the 28 tattvas defined here in Sankhya. In classical Sankhya they have only 25. They have Purusha and 24 elements of matter. They don't include time, they don't include Ishvara, they also don't include Chitta. So these three are missing, therefore they only have 25. But here in Bhagavatam Sankhya there are 28 which are defined. And now he is going to explain each one of them one by one. Devat Shubhit Dharminyam Swasyam Yono Purah Puman Adhatta Viryam Sasut Mahatatvam Hiranmayam. So then Parahapuman, the Supreme Transcendental Person, he impregnated the matter which is Prakriti. Devat Shubhita Dharminyam. This Prakriti is considered as his yoni. Yoni is the source, or yoni is that where seed is placed. So by the will of the Lord or by the influence of time, then he impregnated Adhatta Virya, put his semen, and then she gave birth to Mahatattvam. This is the first element which came out, and that was very brilliant, Hiranmayam. It was golden in color, the first element which came out. So just as a man impregnates a woman, like that it is defined here that Lord impregnated Prakriti, which is also described as a female. Tadevam tattvesu lakshitavyesu pratmam chittasya utpatti purvakam lakshanamaha. So in this way, for defining the various tattvas, he first gives the definition of chitta. Because chitta and mahatattva are same. So he says Daivat Kalat. Daiva here means time. Daivat Shubhita Dharminyam. Prakriti is called Shubhita Dharmi, means one whose qualities are disturbed or agitated, or the gunas. Dharma means the guna. Shubhita Dharma Guna Yasya Tasyam. So the gunas, they were disturbed by time. Tasyam Yano Abhivyakti Sthane. And Yoni means the place of manifestation. Viryam Jiva Shakti Akhyam Chaitanyam. He placed the seed, and seed here refers to the living beings. That means he injected souls into Prakriti. Then what did Prakriti do? She gave birth to Mahatattva. Sa Prakriti Mahatattvam Asut. So Mahatattva is very shiny, because now it is not only matter but also the souls are there inside it. It's like when a child is born, the child is not just matter but there is also a living being inside. So the souls are now inside Prakriti, and Prakriti gives birth to Mahatattva. And Mahatattva is Prakas Bahulam, is very brilliant. And then this Mahatattva is also called Chitta, and that is being defined here next. Vishwam Atmagatam Vyanjan Kutastho Jagadankurah Swatej Sapibat Tivram Atma Praswapanam Tamaha. So Mahatattva is called here as the source of universe. It is Kutastha, means situated in one place, and Jagadankura, it is like the seed for the universe. So just like you have a seed and then it sprouts and then plant or tree comes out of that. So Mahatattva is like the sprout, Jagadankura of the universe. From that the universe will become manifest. Vishwam Atmagatam, the whole universe is inside the Mahatattva. So Swatejasa Apibat Tivram Atma Praswapnam Tam. Then by its brilliance it swallowed the darkness which was enveloping the whole thing, which had put it into sleep. Atma Praswapnam means which brought it to sleep. So that is the thing it did, it removed the darkness from the space. Vishwam ahankaradi prapancham atmagatam swasmin sukshma rupena sthitam vyanjan prakatim. So universe beginning with ahankara etc. was existing in Mahatattva in a subtle form, and it manifested. While manifesting that, sarvatra punstvam tattvapadyagena mahanityetase visheshikritatvat kutastha manovat lavikshep sunyam. And it is called kutastha because there are no disturbances in Mahatattva, as you will see in mind. That mind is undergoing different changes. Atmanam praswapayati iti tatha yat tamah purva pralaya samaye mahantam prakritav vilapayana. So when the destruction happened in the previous cycle, then this darkness had put Mahatattva to sleep. In other words, it had made it unmanifest into Prakriti. So now the reverse process is happening. And previously Mahatattva went into Prakriti and became unmanifest. Now it is becoming manifest, and this Tama is being swallowed by Mahatattva. At the time of dissolution, it was Tamas or darkness which enveloped Mahatattva. Then next comes the Chitta, which is defined here as Sattva Guna. And this is where the consciousness becomes manifest. Yattat Sattva Gunam Swachham Shantam Bhagavatah Padam Yadahurvasudevakyam Chittam Tanmahadatmakam. So if you remember, when he gave the list of 24 elements, Mahatattva was not counted in that. We had list of 5, 4 and 10. There were 5 gross elements, 5 tanmatras and 10 senses. And then there was 4 which included mind, intelligence, ahankara, ego and chitta. And then 25th was Prakriti, 26th time, 27th Jiva and 28th Purusha or Supreme Lord. So there was no Mahatattva mentioned in the 28. And now he is defining Mahatattva. So the question obviously comes is that, is this Mahatattva 29th element? So this verse gives the hint that what is being defined here as Chitta is Mahadatmakam. That Chitta is the Mahat itself. That means in the individual person, what we call as Chitta, that is the Mahat of the universal form. In an individual being, Mahatattva itself is called Chitta. You have universal form, and in universal form you have Mahatattva. And that Mahatattva in individual is called Chitta. Therefore it says Chittam Mahat Tattvatmakam. The Chitta is made of Mahat. So therefore Chitta and Mahat are same. And then he defines the characteristics of Chitta. So it says Yatat Sattvam. The characteristic of Chitta is Sattva. And it is highly Sattva. And therefore it is awareness. And it is Swacham, it is clean, pure. In Hindi you always hear this word Acha Acha. This Swacha is coming from that. Acha means good, okay, no problem. So Swacha means clean. Sanskrit the word is Swacha. You put Su before Acha, it becomes Swacha. So Chitta by nature is clean. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he compared Chitta to a mirror. Cheto darpan marjanam bhav mahadavani nirvata. So he said that by chanting or by doing kirtan, your heart is cleansed, and heart is compared to a mirror. So why he compared heart to a mirror? Because when there is dirt on the mirror, the dirt is not going inside the mirror. It's only external. Mirror is clean. It only gets covered by the dust. So mirror is not becoming dirty, really speaking. And that's why it is you can wipe it off when it shines. So our Chitta is like a mirror, and we have gathered a lot of dust on it. Otherwise, by nature it is Sattva, and it manifests knowledge, and it is the beginning of consciousness in matter. Because originally consciousness is in the soul, so the first consciousness comes into Chitta. And from there it goes to other parts. It's like when you start your car, so you have a battery. And from the battery, the electricity goes, so it goes to first one part, then to another part. It's not that it's going to everything simultaneously. So it goes to the motor first, engine, and it starts the process. It fires the engine, and then from there everything becomes energized. So first the consciousness is put into the Chitta. That's why the name itself is Chitta. It comes from the root Chit, means to be conscious. From that only you have the word Chetana or Chaitanya, same root, Chitta. So that's why Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he has counted consciousness also as part of Kshetra or material body. Ichha dvesa sukham dukkham sanghatas chetana dhriti iti kshetram samasena savikaram udahriti. He says that desire, dislike, happiness, misery, consciousness, fortitude, these are all part of Kshetra, body. So one may wonder how consciousness can be part of body. Because consciousness is the quality of the soul. So there he is talking about the consciousness in the body. And consciousness, because at present we know of consciousness only through the body. Sometimes some people meet an accident, they become unconscious. We say he has become unconscious. So why we say he has become unconscious? Because the consciousness is not manifest in the body. In the soul still there is consciousness. Otherwise he will never come back. So people become unconscious, then they become conscious. That means consciousness was still there. It did not leave. Otherwise the person is dead. So he may still be breathing. Heart is beating but not conscious. So consciousness is at present felt only through the body. Otherwise we don't know where the consciousness is or what is its source. So this comes to the chitta. And chitta, its consciousness is pure. It's not yet polluted. It's still quite good. You can still feel that you are not the body, more or less. So therefore it says swachham, that it is clean, it is not, because when it starts coming to ego and then mind, then the dualities come immediately. When it comes to the level of mind, then the transformations come in the consciousness. Because then ego is related with the body and then immediately you have liking and disliking. I like this, I don't like this is good, this is bad. In relationship to the body. And it is called shantam, it is peaceful. So people are always saying that, how can I get peace? So chitta is actually peaceful. It is we who have created disturbance from outside. If we stop the disturbance from outside, then you are peaceful. It's not that peace has to be brought from outside. Just as we cannot bring consciousness from outside, we cannot bring peace from outside. Peace is already there. We have created disturbance. So people go, they want to go to Himalayas, they go to mountain, they go to some island, they go cruising, right, in search of peace. But they are not going to get peace. Peace is already there with you. You are the one who are creating disturbance. Just stop the disturbance and peace is there. That's why by meditation, mind becomes peaceful. Because what is meditation? Stopping the disturbance. Isn't it? People say, this is my meditation time, don't disturb me. So meditation means no disturbance. And when you don't disturb, then peace is there. Peace is not to be brought from anywhere. This is the quality of chitta. So peace is the quality of chitta. It is not the quality of anything outside that you are going to get it. Like sweet is the quality of sugar. So if you want sweet, you have to put sugar. Like that, peace is not the quality of anything external. It is the quality of chitta. So if you can just be with your own chitta, then you are peaceful. If you can learn how to be with your chitta only, then you are peaceful. Then you are happy. Because when you are peaceful, then happiness is already there. You don't have to bring it from outside. So yat tat sattva gunam shantam, yat tat sattva gunam swachham shantam bhagavatah padam. And it is the place of the Lord. It is the place where you realize Krishna. You see God in your heart. That's why people say that God is in my heart. At least they say, whether they know it or they don't know it, but you say like that, right? So why they say that God is in my heart, God is in me? Because this is actually Chitta's, is the place where God becomes manifest. So this Chitta and the presiding deity of Chitta therefore is Vasudeva. You will say this later on. Because this is where God is not realized in something which is disturbing. Mind, ahankar, ego, these are all disturbing elements. You can see God only when it is peaceful. Like there is a lake, if you want to see the bottom of the lake, you have to stop all the waves. The water has to be still, completely still. And if it is clean, then you will see the pebbles at the bottom. So like that, Chitta is clean, but there are a lot of waves and dust accumulated on it, then you cannot see what is there. So if we can stop these waves and remove the dust, then you can have vision of God there. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Chaito Darpanam Arjanam Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam Sreya Kairav Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhujinam Anandam Vidavardhanam Patipadam Punamrita Swadam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtan. So Krishna Sankirtan is the process to clean the dust and make the heart clean and peaceful, and then you will see Krishna with his float. He said Vasudeva in the next verse. In this only. Yadahur Vasudevakhyam. So this is also place, Chitta is also called Vasudeva. It's not Vasudeva himself, but because Lord Vasudeva, Lord Krishna becomes manifest in the heart, then Chitta is also called Vasudeva. So Suddham Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Sabditam. Vishuddha Sattva is called Vasudeva. Our Chitta which he is talking about is also Sattvagun. Yat tat Sattvagunam Swachha. There is also Vishuddha Sattva, the internal potency of the Lord is also called Vishuddha Sattva, and that is also called Vasudeva, which is the name of Krishna's father. So Krishna becomes manifest in Vasudeva Tattva, and that Vasudeva Tattva is the Vishuddha Sattva one, not this material Sattva. But this Vishuddha Sattva becomes manifest in this Sattva. So that's why it is also called Vasudeva. Yadahur Vasudeva Akhyam is called Vasudeva. It's very important, this Chitta. So it is very important to keep this Chitta clean. The problem of human beings is that they are polluting their Chitta day and night by their activities, by their behavior, by their senses, by their thought processes, by their food. They are only polluting the Chitta. What they are watching, what they are hearing, what they are eating, what they are talking, what they are thinking, what they are doing, all this is a garbage being thrown onto the Chitta, because all these things are creating impressions on the Chitta. And then those impressions, they guide our life, they impel us to act in a particular way, to think in a particular way, to have emotions. Then we become disturbed by some things. So if we can hold on to this Chitta, then nothing will disturb. So that's why Patanjali he defined yoga as chitta vritti nirodha. Patanjali also knows this, that you make your chitta completely free from all waves, all thoughts, all disturbances. So of course that is not the process of Bhagavatam, because that chitta vritti nirodha is not very practical. And you just sit down and do nothing. So here the process is of bhakti, devotion. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore said, Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtana. He gave another process which is more practical, especially for people in Kali Yuga where there is so much disturbance. And now disturbance is at a very subtle level, because there are all kinds of waves in the atmosphere. We are broadcasting this lecture, this is also creating waves. Telephones, internet, and various types of equipments. So all this thing is there, these vibrations are there in the atmosphere, and you can imagine what all kind of garbage is also there on internet.
What happens when you are in the presence of God and you feel ananda, and you feel what is the process of to feel ananda?
And that is means you are linked up with God and you are free from this disturbance. Otherwise it is not possible to feel ananda.
It's not possible to feel ananda.
Feel ananda if these disturbances are going on.
Okay.
So you become free from that. And then you can feel. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadam Anandam Buddhivadana. That it is ocean of Ananda. And your heart is free from these disturbances. And Chaitadarpan Marjanam, this cleansing of the heart has been done. Then you can feel the Ananda. So this is the process of sadhana, clean calmness. This is the meaning of devotion, fixing the mind on Krishna, Supreme Person. So when mind is fixed on Him, then other things don't disturb. Because at present we are working through the mind. And if mind is not on God, on divinity, on Krishna, then it will be unbounded. It's also we studied before. And there is senses going out, and then Pratyak Dhama, Swayam Jyoti. So Yadahu Vasudevakyam Chittam Tanmayadatkam. So this is the all definition of Chitta he has given, very nice definition. Number one, Chitta is Sattva Guna. So it is free from Rajas and Tamas. And therefore it is very clean, because all the disturbances come from Rajas and Tamas. In Ayurveda they have one type of cure which is called, there are 3 types of cures in Ayurveda. And one is just to increase your sattva. Sattva avjaya. Right? Then Daiva Vipasada, Yukti Vipasada and Sattva avjaya. There are 3 ways to treat in Ayurveda. So one way to treat is by increasing your sattva, because all the diseases, mental, physical, they all come from rajas and tamas. So sattva is swachha, shanta, and it is the place where Lord becomes manifest. It is therefore called Bhagavata Padam. Actually it's called the seat of the Lord. That's where Lord comes and takes his place. And in fact, he ultimately says it itself is called Vasudeva. So that is Chitta, and it is made of Mahat. So that is another thing. Many times you may hear that some yogis or some saintly people, they can get knowledge of things which are not available to a common person. They can read other person's mind, or they can know something about the future or something which happened in the past. Because this Mahat Tattva is the cosmic element, and this is linked to all of us. At present, for us, only that part of Mahat Tattva is available which is inside us, which we call a Chitta. But it is possible that we can expand that field, and then we can link up to other Chittas also. Then we can know what is there. It's like entering into somebody's files. You have your computer, you can read only your files. But if you are a hacker, you can hack somebody's password and read their files. So yogis are the hackers. They hack into the chitta of others, and then they can know what is there. Because everything is in the space. Everything is in the Mahat Tattva. And Chitta is Mahat. And Mahadatmakam. It is made of this Mahat. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti says that Yattat Prasiddham Chittam. Says why the word Yat is used, because Chitta is a Prasiddha, it is famous. Tan Mahadatmakam, Mahatattvamev. Says this is nothing but Mahatattva only. Dehe Chitta Rupena Tishtati. So it is existing in the body in the form of Chitta. That is Mahat. So Mahatattva Chitta, there is no difference. It's like there is space, and then you have space in this room and space outside. This is all one space, but because of boundary walls of this room, we call that space in the room. But if you remove the walls, then this space and the outer space are not two separate spaces, it's only one. It is we who have limited ourselves to this space. So like that, the soul is now limited to a particular chitta in the body. But if you can get rid of that limitation, then you can get linked up to the bigger space or Mahatattva. Swachham Nirmalam. Swachham means that it is clean, pure, no impurities, means it does not have any desires, etc. in it. And Shantam Ragadi Sunyam. Can call after half an hour. Ragadi Shunyam. So it has no attachments. The attachments, etc., they come later on, because unless you come to the level of ahankara, there is no question of attachment. This chitta is above ahankara. Attachment comes when you confine yourself to your particular ego, this body, then there is attachment. At the level of chitta, you become like a universal person. Like sometimes people feel that we are one with the universe, or sometimes you get into that feeling, and it's like a samadhi. You feel very exhilarated, blissful, because you have actually gone beyond your own boundaries. So that is also a type of samadhi. You come to this level of chitta. So sometimes some people get it. Some get it by practice and some get it like that, maybe because they have done something in the past life. So this experience, then it makes you feel that you are something else, you are merged with the universe. So that gives a great feeling, because you become free from all attachments related with the body. Bhagavataha padam upasana pitham. So this is the place of worship of the Lord. That's where you worship the Lord. Yadiyam bhagavantam vasudevakyama. And who is that Lord? That is Vasudeva, that is Krishna. Chitta ahankar buddhi manasu kramena Vasudeva sankarsan pradyumna anuruddha upasya devata chitta suddhi artham geya Vishnu Rudra Brahma Chandrastu Adhisthata. So you know that there are 4 manifestations of Krishna: Vasudevas, Sankarsana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. Right? Krishna was there, then he has his brother Balram, and his son is Pradyumna, and grandson is Aniruddha. These are actually the 4 manifestations of God. Or in case of Ram, there were 4 brothers: Ram, Lakshman, Shatrughan, Bharat. So these are the presiding deities of, worshipable deities of Chitta, Ahankara, Buddhi and mind. So worshipable deity of Chitta is Vasudeva, of Ahankara is Sankarsana, is also Balram, and then of Buddhi is Pradyumna and mind is Aniruddha. And then the presiding deities of these 4 are Brahma, Shiva, and Buddhi is, and mind is Chandra, and no, Vishnu. Vishnu is for the Chitta, Ahankara is Rudra or Shiva, and Buddhi is Brahma, and mind is Moon. So these are 4 related, these are the presiding deities, and then there are 4 worshipable deities. So they will be explained. So that's why we have Chaturvyuha, or 4 expansions of Krishna related with these 4 internal senses. So I'll stop here, and he is going to explain further what happens from Mahatattva onwards. So now you understand the importance of Chitta and how you have to keep your Chitta clean. Every morning you have to wipe it, all the dust, and make sure that you don't add more. All the dust comes without we doing anything now, especially in India. The dust is coming. So like that, pollution is coming when we are in the material world. We have to clean. You have to make an effort to clean.
So I have a question
Yes.
about exactly about this, about the chitta and how to keep it clean, and something like can be done consciously, obviously, but some dust is also coming, like it's because we are in this world and we are moving, and all this impression they are somehow reflecting into the chitta and accumulating there. So, in one sense, seems that you are cleaning, and the next day is the same, and then in the end you feel, oh, why should I clean?
Yeah, if you want to think like that, then it's alright. You can remain in the
It's the
dust.
same. No, the question is that we can't prevent to have, like we are walking on a road or somebody is coming.
Yeah, that is only an example, but you also reach a state where you don't become.
Involved anymore.
Yeah. It's like them going from India to West where there is not much dust. You go to Canada, you don't see any dust.
Snow. So is chitta, like when we speak about the energies of the Lord, material, marginal, and spiritual, where is chitta in there?
External,
It's external,
yes.
so it's material.
Yeah, it is material.
Okay, chitta is material.
That's why I explained earlier that there are 24 manifestations from Prakriti.
Yeah.
This is the first manifestation of Prakriti.
Okay, so these yogis who get into Mahatadva, they're completely still in the material world, just in this part
why
of it.
That's why you cannot get liberated without bhakti. So you can also merge into Mahatattva and stay there for billions of years, happily, because it's very peaceful. There is no one there to disturb you. Even you are not there to be disturbed. And then you go beyond your ego. So disturb whom? Any other question? Alright, take care of your chitta. Thank you. So it is always getting disconnected.